this. Pull out the excess stuff before it hardens, because it will want to harden on you. Flame, flame, fire, fire. Heat the glass. It looks lit. And now we're gonna punch it. 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, so I'm back with another video today. I just wanted to teach you how to make sugar glass and Isomalt glass. Both of these things have been used in film to create fake glass that breaks easier and is usually less dangerous, causing less lacerations. So let's get into it. So for sugar glass, of course, you're going to need sugar, corn syrup, distilled water. Specifically get distilled water because this stuff doesn't have like traces of minerals in it, so your glass will turn out better. Spray cooking oil for the pan so the glass doesn't stick. Parchment paper. You can also lay this down in your pan so that the glass doesn't stick and you can pry it up. A whisk or stir spoon that's made of plastic or metal. Scissors to trim your parchment paper so that it fits properly within your pan. Pot to cook your sugar glass in, and a pan. So the reason we're making sugar glass and Isomalt glass is because I want to show you the difference. Sugar glass is a traditional and easy way to make fake glass that's affordable, but however it always ends up with a yellowish tint, which you don't always want for breakaway glass. Isomalt glass, however, it's more expensive, but it looks a lot better. It's way clearer and it's slightly more durable. For the sugar, you're gonna need 3.5 cups of sugar. You're gonna want 2 cups of water and 1 cup of corn syrup. It's about good. Okay, so you want 1 cup of this. Now, 2 cups of water. Over, and boom. Stir this on here a little bit, and then move it over to your burner that you have on low and start mixing. Now you're gonna wanna grab your pan, roll out parchment paper, and if it doesn't fit in the pan, like in my case, get some scissors and crop it so that it does fit. And hang a bit over the edges on both sides so that you have a surface to grab onto to pry up your glass in the end. Honestly, I would recommend using a whisk for this rather than a spoon, because a spoon tends to get chunks stuck in it, a whisk won't. Now that it's mixed up, I would say stick in your thermometer and hook up some sort of system, like in my case, I'm just gonna lean this on the side of my pot, insert thermometer in so that we get a reading without me having to hold it constantly. Submerge into cold water. So here's the sugar glass. It didn't turn out perfectly when I tried to pull it out, so just make sure that all of your paper is covering the edge perfectly, and maybe spray down a little bit of the vegetable oil spray if you have to. There's a little bit of cracks, but we'll see how it looks on camera. Just hold it like left and right, yeah. Let me see if the camera can even see it. Yes, it can. Okay. Cobra Kai. Just so you know, although sugar glass is definitely safer than real glass, it's not entirely safe because I cut my hand punching the glass, and granted it's a small cut, but another time when I made sugar glass, I cut my hand in 2 places. So don't think that this is perfect if you're trying to use it for movie stunts. So this is what happens after you're done cooking. The sugar is so stuck. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to run under hot water and soap. Hey guys, it's Blair and I'm back again. So today I'm going to be trying Isomalt instead of sugar glass. A sugar glass pane turned out okay, but Isomalt is supposed to harden at a clearer state and it's supposed to look more actually like glass. This time I got a candy thermometer instead of a meat thermometer because my meat thermometer fell into the pot and got destroyed the other time. Plus this one's much better because it clips onto the side. And you're going to want to use a pot that's clean and like a plastic stir stick. Don't use wood because the Isomalt will stick to it. Use a pan that's pretty flat so you can get a good pane. And you'll just need some Isomalt and a tad bit of water. Now, different people say to use different measurements, but what I'm just going to do is put this in with a little bit of water so that it's enough that it's like sort of wet sand and it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. And then you just put it on low heat on your stove. Gotta clean this. And you wait until it starts to dissolve all of the crystal Isomalt in here, and then wait till your oven gets to 270. Put the Isomalt once it's in its pot and it's dissolved in here to cook all of the bubbles out of it so that hopefully it turns out better than the sugar glass and looks more realistic. Now, I am gonna use a little bit of the spray cooking oil this time because last time when I put the wax paper under here, it sort of worked prying it up, but it cracked a little corner of the glass. So I'm just not gonna go as heavy on the pan as I did the first time when I sprayed this down because it turned out making my glass really yellow. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on here. There. Put it on the stove, low heat, put your candy thermometer in, and just wait. 340 is what you want to get this to. I'd also say get another pot, fill it with water, so that you're prepared to dunk this in that, so that it doesn't overcook. So I'm pretty sure once the Isomalt is done cooking over here, I'm gonna run out of space, or not run out of space, not have enough to fill this whole pan. So I decided to grab a smaller pan. See how much smaller that is? Yeah, and I'm gonna fill this instead so that it makes a thicker pan. Another thing I should mention that most people who've made videos on this topic don't say is that you're probably going to need about 2 hours of free time in order for this to happen. So I recommend doing this on a weekend or some evening when you have lots of free time. Well, it takes about 2 hours to stir the Isomalt mixture, and then once it cools, it takes about like 3 hours. So you need a good chunk of time. Once you take your Isomalt out of the oven, you're going to want to use a blowtorch to pop any excess bubbles that are left. Okay, now when you're near the end here, it should look like this. Very clear, with some bubbles. Take it off the burner. Plunge it into the cold water. Be careful because the steam's going to be hot coming off of this. Now, yeah, store it in the oven for about 15 minutes to get these bubbles out of here, if you see that. I'm removing the Isomalt. Let's take a look at how clear it is. Bro, that's like perfect clean.
Oh, good.
Yup. Okay, now we're gonna pour this. Get it into the edges. And you can start to pull out the excess stuff before it hardens, because it will want to harden on you. For the YouTube people, it's just going to be you randomly saying "oh" a whole bunch, because I'm talking to them. Okay, you know what we're going to do at this point? We're going to heat the knife up, and we're just going to cut a square out of this glass to make it look good. Does that make sense? We're going to try that. Okay, I'm heating the knife. Get towel and wipe off lay knife with glove on so you don't burn your hand, and clean off all of that excess goop. so that you don't screw up your glass. Now, this should be good, yeah? I think? No, knife is not hot enough. Now, it's off. Come on, knife. Oh, that's going into the glass. That's sizzling. But why is it cracking at the same time? Don't crack. Melt, 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 melt. Heat that, heat it. Oh, my knife is on fire. That's what happens if you leave excess, like, of this stuff on the knife, I guess. Please don't wreck all of my progress. Please do not. Please, God, help. I took a little piece off, another piece off, that's good. I just want it to look like a normal pane of glass. All right, knife number 2. Flame, flame, fire, fire. Now, cut into the glass. Come on, come on, quick, 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 cut. Okay, this is getting somewhere. This is letting me cut back and forth. You just gotta go really slow in order for it to work. Please don't break in a weird way. Yay, that broke good. Not bad for my first time doing Isomalt glass. Now I'm just gonna use this to make it more clear. Pretty clear, not bad. Keep the glass, it looks lit. So there you go, you got some really clear looking glass that tastes really good. The Isomalt doesn't taste as good as the sugar glass, I will say, but it looks better. Well, I broke that piece, but that's okay. Now, look how clear that is. Pretty good.
I don't want to get punched.
Angle it like this. Like, okay, like, keep holding it.
You do it. Just you do
it.
it.
Like this, because then that way the camera can see it.
Swerve in that corner.
Okay, that's good. Now I can see it. The glass looks pretty lit, and now it's time to break it. Oh wait, but I'm gonna film this in slow motion because I have big brain this time. Okay, baby Gronk, Livy done. Okay, we got the glass here. It looks pretty clear and good, and now we're gonna punch it. Oh, too late. Just like the anvil thing.
Ow, my feet.
Ow, my hand. Oh, your feet don't bleed. Be careful. Your feet might bleed. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.